Hey there, I'm Luke the Cookin camper along with Zena the Glamper camper. We just pulled a whole bunch of weeds in our front yard and we just wanted to kind of show you how we like to take care of the nature that we grow. And we are getting ready to trim our big rosemary bush, so we just thought you guys might want to see how we do it. Okay, so this is actually easier than you think. And normally, I really like the natural look like I've talked about in past videos, but I was stupid. This rosemary, I can't remember the variety, but on the tag it said 6 feet by 6 feet. So why I would plant it 2 feet from the sidewalk, I don't know. I did like 5 years ago now, 4.5 years ago, so I think it's too beautifully perfect, so every once in a while I just come out here and trim it. So what I do is I get a pair of trimmers and just start going at it. You can kind of like grab bunches of it. Okay, so now we have kind of made where we need to go. So now you can kind of just go around it and continue going that deep. Because I like things to look natural, and this rosemary naturally grows in this beautiful sphere, or half sphere, whatever you want to call it. So when I trim it, I don't want to make it some weird shape. I want to keep it as this shape. And now that I'm to the bottom, I can see that I didn't go in deep enough. You can see if I did this last little layer, now I'm literally like an inch from the sidewalk. So unless I want to come out here and trim this like every single day or once a week, I need to go a little bit deeper into the bush. Now you might ask why I don't just use some sort of electric trimmer for this, because it does take a while. And that is simply because if you have an electric trimmer and you trip or you fall or you have some weird hand movement and you totally go into the plant, you're like kind of screwed up. This, if you accidentally go too deep on one cut or accidentally mess up one branch, you can totally even out the stuff around it to make it look normal, because how much can you really mess up with a tiny little pair of trimmers? And I don't know if it is just the varieties I have. We have 2 varieties in the backyard and then this one in the front yard, but they do make your hands very sticky when you trim them. So we're a little over halfway. You can see how much we've cut off. And you can see the rounded shape we're kind of going for. Now this side, I did trim back a little bit harsher, and really I think I just want to have some more space between the rosemary and my prickly pears right here. So it's still going to look like a circle in the end. I'm just kind of like shifting the circle a little bit. And this is my fault. So try not to make this mistake if you're a gardener, but I really should trim the front of that back more so that I don't have to trim it more often. But then it's gonna look like this, right up against the sidewalk. And I hate that look of like way too trimmed back. And that's how it's gonna be if I trim it as much as I really need to. And that's because I planted a plant that gets way too big in this spot. But you live and you learn, and until it dies, I think I'm gonna leave it here. terrible lighting. By the way, would your guys' dog just chill there? Because mine will. Another thing to just know is I live in Zone 9B, Surprise, Arizona. And I don't know what it is about Rosemary. I don't know if it has something to do with the sticky stuff they get on your hands, but the dust, they are a dust magnet. So if you have trouble like breathing that stuff in, I would get somebody else to trim these, because when you trim them, your nose, your mouth, your whole body just feels like it gets full of dust. I don't know if you guys can see it, but literally as you chop, the dust just flies. And frequently comb your hands through, because if you don't, you're just cutting stuff that you've already cut into smaller pieces. If some fall through into your plant, that's fine. But if any are like visible from the top, once they get all dried out and totally dead, you'll have to come through and pick them out. Looks pretty darn good. Okie dokie. So once you have it pretty much sheared back, like all the big stuff, then you can go through if you want, and you can get any of the ones that are kind of sticking up a little bit. But I talked about wanting things to look natural. Obviously you just trimmed it so it looks unnatural for a while, even though we did it in a circle like they grow in. But I don't know, I'd say in about 2 weeks it will kind of have a little flush over what you just trimmed, and it will look absolutely 100% beautiful. Now it's time to clean all this up.
Tina, what are you doing?
Well, we are all finished. Filled up about half of my trash can. And this is what your fingers are going to look like afterward. Combination of all that sticky stuff and all the dust. Yet another reason I don't want to eat this stuff. But yeah, there it is. Our little round rosemary. Well, if you liked this video, make sure to give us a big thumbs up, comment down below, and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to hit that bell so that you see the next time me and Zena upload a new video. Get out and enjoy nature and food as much as we do. Have a great one.